In One UI 8.5, Bixby just got a lot of big upgrades. For example, now it's connected with Perplexity AI, so it can actually search the web and answer your questions about the weather or maybe a hotel and all of that stuff. If I asked it to compare the Galaxy S25 Ultra versus the Galaxy S24 Ultra in a simple table, it can actually search the web and give me a pretty clean looking table with its sources from Perplexity. You gotta appreciate how much effort they actually put into designing the glass morphism that's the overlay. I've already looked into it, and almost 100% of the time, it gives 100% accurate responses. Or if you need help finding a hotel in Seoul, you could ask, find me a hotel in Seoul with swimming pool for kids. First, it's going to give you a recommendation, and then it's going to give you a list of the top hotels with the rating, more or less the price range. It doesn't give actual numbers, but it uses the dollar sign, so you basically know how much it's going to cost. And it gives you pictures, it gives you sources, it gives you directions, it gives you their phone number, it gives you basically everything all in one response. And it's not just one, it gives you multiple of these hotels. And of course at the bottom, it gives you the sources, so you can actually check for yourself to make sure all of the information is accurate. Bixby can now handle multi-step commands. For example, you can say, when I open up YouTube, turn on Dolby Atmos and disable auto rotate for the best YouTube experience. And this gives you the best YouTube experience. And because it's Bixby and it's basically connected to every part of your Samsung phone, it's gonna create a routine. So it's not a one-time thing, it's gonna create the routine so you can just turn it on whenever you want. Or you can say, Bixby, I'm going to bed. Turn on eye comfort shield, set an alarm for 7 a.m. and make sure the screen brightness is at 10%. 10% is pretty important so you're not blasting your eyes in the middle of the night if you suddenly get a notification or something that's just super important. And like I said, because it's Bixby, it's basically connected to every single one of your apps. For example, you can say, show me pictures of anime, and it's gonna go into your gallery and look up all of the pictures that are anime related or have anime in them. And even though you can't directly share your screen like with Gemini overlay, to an extent, it is screen aware. If you're in a Samsung app, like Samsung Internet or Samsung Notes, you can ask it to summarize this page. Or you could say, translate this to Spanish, and it's gonna do all of those things for you. But from my early testing, I see that it's only for Samsung apps. It can't really do that with anything that's not a Samsung app. And also, once again, because it's connected to every single thing on your phone, there's a lot of stuff like troubleshooting. Because it understands natural speech, you can say something like, I don't want my screen to turn off while I'm looking at it. And then Bixby's gonna go into your phone, look at the settings, check what settings are on and off, and it's gonna do either two things. It's gonna turn on all the necessary settings or turn them off, or it's gonna give you a suggestion. Because of all this, like I said, Bixby definitely competes with the Gemini overlay. In some cases, the Gemini overlay seems to be smarter. This is just early testing. We'd have to do an in-depth review, which I will, so stay tuned for that video. But this is a huge update in One UI 8.5. This is coming with One UI 8.5, so it's not reserved for the S26 Ultra phones, but any phone that's going to be One UI 8.5 compatible will get this feature. That was it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.